Hello friends, so I am starting second part of file transport. So in this video tutorial I will show you how to write file on local file server. So again, what is file transport? So file transport provide native connectivity between Oracle Service Bus and local file system. So whenever we have requirement to read file or write file to local file system, at that time we will use file transport. So we have one alternate of file transport, that is file adapter. So both of them have some advantage and disadvantage, but we are not going to discuss here. So what we are going to do here, we have local file system and we are going to write file from OSB layer to local file system. Okay, so we have already data here and we are going to write data in file in local file system. So what are the steps involved in this process? So first we will create one sample file for target location. Then we will create OSB application and OSB project. Then we'll create folder structure in project. Then we will create proxy service pipeline and business service with file transport. Then we will configure file transport section in business service. So we need to provide target endpoint URI and file name also. So I will show you in next section. Then configure pipeline based on business requirement. Okay, so in first tutorial, if you have seen my first tutorial, then we have done lots of tasks like creating one sample file. So I have already created sample file for target location also. Then OSB application and OSB project already created. Okay, then folder structure for project already created, proxy service pipeline service already created to read file. Now I will create business service to write file and I will configure business service. Then I will configure pipeline to write file. I have already configured pipeline for reading file and after that converting in XML format, then in target format. So that part I have already done, but in this tutorial I will convert that target XML payload in the form of text format. Okay, so this is our target file structure. We will have name, then roll number, then sum of all the marks what we are getting in request file. Okay, so we have already converted this XML format. Now I will convert this XML in the form of text format. So I will show you in JDev. So first in this demo project I am going to write file in local file system. For this demo I have already created one proxy service to read file. Okay, so create business service with file transport. Okay, I will do this first, then I will convert target XML payload in the text form. Okay, so let's begin in JDeveloper. So as I discussed, I have already created one project, OSB project, then proxy service pipeline, then an XSD schema to convert request text message in request XML message, then one X query to um, convert that request XML in the form of responses XML. Okay, so let me start with business service. So here first we will create one business service. Okay, we will give name business service file write underscore v1. Then we will select transport and in transport we will select file transport. Okay, and in next. Okay, so we are going to write file in the form of text. So we will select messaging and in messaging we will select text. Okay, and in response none. Then again we will select next. Now Here we will provide endpoint URI, means from where we are going to write file. So I have already created outbox folder, and I will give this path here. Okay, so fine. So I have given target location. Now click on finish. So my business service part is completed. Now I need to configure transport detail. So here we need to provide target file name. Okay, so I am giving simple student detail target, and extension will be CSV. Okay, and in coding I will put UTF-8 only. Then message handling, it's okay, version 1.0, and this one is also fine. Okay, so I have created business service. Okay, now I will convert target XML payload in text form using an XSD. So let me show you target XML payload. Okay, so this one is our request XML payload. Okay, so we are getting name, roll number, and marks of 5 subject, and using xquery I have converted this. I have now done direct mapping with name, roll number, and I added subject of 4 marks in marks element. Okay, so this one is target XML payload. Okay, so we will convert this target XML payload in text format. So for that I will create one an XSD. Okay, go inside schema, new, then okay, here we have an XSD schema. Okay, go to next, give some name. So I am giving an XSD response. Click on next. So our target file will be comma separated, so I am selecting as a delimited. Then click on next. So need to select sample file. So I have created already sample file target student detail.csv. Okay, let me show the file. So you can see I have created one sample file with name, roll number, and sum of all the marks. So name, roll number, and marks. So after selecting this, number of row to skip, since you can see first row itself contain data, so I'm not going to skip any row. Sample all row, number of data row to be processed all, then character set. Okay, fine, click on next. So file contain only one record. No, it contain multiple record. So file contain multiple record of same single type. Okay, click on next. So I am giving root element as a students, and then repeating element will be student. Okay, so here students, and next one is student. Now click on next. Now delimited by comma, records delimited by end of line. Fine, click on next. Now I need to change name of element. So first name is name, then roll, then marks. Okay, so I think it's okay. Click on next. So we can see here structure of an XSD schema. Click on next. Yes. So my schema is here. Okay, so now we will configure this is an XSD schema inside pipeline to convert that target XML in the form of target text data. Okay, so okay, go inside component, and here I have selected an XSD schema, so this will convert XML to native. Then input I will provide dollar body variable, so element of body variable. Then my NXSD is static, and side right I will select my response NXSD schema. Okay, and I am after transformation it will go inside content of body. We can put inside variable also, but I want inside body, so I'm directly putting in body only. Okay, so till this point everything is okay. Now that target text form of data is inside our body variable. Next part is to pass that body variable in business service. So for calling business service, I'm putting one route node. Okay, and I am putting routing activity. Inside routing activity I need to select that business service, so I'm selecting that business service. Okay, and we have already mentioned target file location, so I think everything is configured. Let me check. Okay, I am putting one log here to track what is data after this NXSD transformation. So I am simply doing copy paste, since this log is also for body variable only. Okay, so this will display body variable after this NXSD transformation. So we have done with everything, so just let me verify. This one is okay, text none, transport fine, prefix name okay, I'm putting one also, and suffix will be .csv. Message handling okay, performance okay, NXSD schema okay. Okay, I am removing target namespace from here, since response XML I am not adding any target namespace, so in an XSD also I need to remove that. Okay, so everything fine. Now let me deploy this. Okay, my code is deployed on server. Now this one is our request file. Okay, let me open this. So in request file contain name, roll number, marks of 5 subject, and again name, role, and marks of 5 subject. Okay, so I am placing this inside input folder. Since my polling interval is 6 seconds, so okay, so file is processed. Now let me check in outbox. Yeah, file is there in outbox. Okay, so let me verify this file. Yeah, so you can see. Okay, before going that, let me open log, so it will be more clear. So see, I have sent in request in text format. After first and XSD, it's in XML format, and name, roll number, it's marks of 5 subject for all 3 record. After XQuery transformation, I am mapping name with name, roll number with roll number. I am adding marks of 5 subject in marks element. Okay, and in third and XSD, what I am doing, I am converting this XML in the form of text format. So here it's in binary form. Okay. So after processing, it's writing file in target location and see name, roll number, and sum of all 5 subjects marks in marks. So this is our file writing process with the help of file transport protocol.